thank you everyone for staying, and I know it's getting late. My stomach tells me it's getting late, so I'm going to talk today about migratory connectivity of oven birds using light-level geolocators. Unlike these bigger birds, we're not at the point yet where we can track them with satellites, so geolocators is the best that we can do. So what is connectivity, and why is it important and difficult to measure? Connectivity is the geographic link between breeding and non-breeding populations. And the reason that it's so difficult to measure is because we have to track individuals throughout the entire year, right? And if we don't have these satellites, it's very difficult to track birds throughout the year, or individuals. The best that we can do is these banding data with mark recaptures. And for the vast majority of birds, this is all that we have, right? And for some birds, like the brant, it's pretty incredible. We get high rates of returns for bands, right? But for some birds, like the oven bird, for example, we have far fewer. And that was shown a little earlier with hummingbirds as well. But the unfortunate thing here is this also includes encounters during migration, right? And that doesn't give us an idea of where those birds are breeding and the non-breeding location, right? So if we get rid of these migration points, this is what we have. This is over 100 years, or from 1914 to 2011 for oven birds. So it doesn't give us that much resolution, right? So we need to track these birds throughout the year without having marked recapture studies. So geolocators are our best bet for these small birds, okay? They're passive extrinsic markers, so they wear them as backpacks. They need to be deployed and then recaptured. And the one downside is that there's a fair amount of error, and I'll show you what that looks like. There is some weight restrictions, right? The Fish and Wildlife Service says less than 5% of the body weight can be that backpack. They're relatively expensive in comparison to, say, band recoveries or stable isotopes, right? They're about $180 a piece. At least that's what they were when I started using them. And they've only been deployed on a handful of species. It's increasing rapidly, but only a handful of species do we actually know what's going on with connectivity based on geolocators. But our understanding of migratory connectivity for these small birds has improved dramatically because of these geolocators. Unfortunately, most of them are biased towards the breeding season. So where are the breeding birds wintering, right? Because that's where we're putting out these geolocators. And they're only put out in a few spots throughout the distribution of the breeding. So